Capacity 0%, dependency 100%. Factors resulting to these consequences I'm going to be talking about in this video and how you can elevate yourself from them. And as a bonus, I'm going to be talking about how you can boost your income capacity and take it to the next level as a student. So without further ado, let's delve right into the content and get started. So these are the outlines I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about lack of organization, lack of discipline. And as a bonus, I'm going to talk about 2 extra outlines that would help you to take your financial capacity to the next level. So to the first outline, lack of organization. What does lack of organization means? Lack of organization simply means no structure. And no structure means irrelevant involvement in spontaneous activity with no positive gain to your growth, to your progress. So a structure just means a definite path, a definite visualization on the path in which you are heading to. And when you don't have this visualization on the path, you would move randomly trying to get to your destination. But having a structure, having an organized, definite direction in which to head to will lead you to your destination faster, more efficiently, and more productively. Now, when you don't have this, it leads to lack of productivity and decrement in financial growth. So having this solves a lot and will make sure your financial capacity is heading towards the right direction. And how can you solve this? How can you fix this problem? You can fix this by planning your financial life in a positive, structured manner. That's in a way in which it leads you to your goal, in which it takes you to your final definition, which you have visualized already. And more you'll be understanding on this as we move to the next outline, which is no discipline. So what does no discipline means? No discipline simply means the inability to stay consistent with learning and financial habits. That is in this context, of course. So when you are unable to stay consistent in a specific direction, that in this context, learning and financial habits, it leads to overspending, unnecessary buying of luxuries, and poor money management. And when you find yourself in these consequences, it means your financial life, of course, has to be poor because you don't know how to spend money properly, you don't know how to manage your money, and you overspend on unnecessary, irrelevant stuffs, which would degrade your financial life. So fixing this problem is very important to increasing your financial capacity. There's something that says the power of self-control is in handling money wisely. So how can you solve this? You can solve this by disciplining yourself in the specific movement. That's why I talked about the structure first. So once you've structured yourself, you visualize a path that will take you to your goal, that will take you to your definite and final purpose. Discipline yourself to follow through that path, and to follow through that path in the financial movement also, which means all your financial spending, all your financial life should be fixated at containing that purpose. So you shouldn't do what would make you unable to achieve your purpose. The third outline, so you can understand better on this that we just talked about, which is purposelessness. So purposelessness just means not having a purpose, not having a direction, not having a goal in which you are heading to. They don't have a clear vision of their financial future. Yes, of course, in this context, we're not talking in a generic state. We are talking in this context, that's your financial life. And many students, they don't have a clear vision, a clear future of their financial capacity. And the impact of having no financial goals and no financial direction would equal to low financial capacity. Purpose leads to intentional decision making in finances and career. Then you have a purpose, when you know your purpose, when you know the direction you want, knowing the direction you want would set the direction of your structure. Then it would also ignite and motivate you. It will make you disciplined in order to achieve that final goal that you set. And how can you define a clear purpose and align it with your financial growth? So I'm just going to list a simple method in which you can do this, in which you can define your financial purpose, set, and how you can discipline yourself to follow that financial purpose so it can be in accordance with your structure. So you can simply do this by following the SMART acronym. So SMART just means your goal should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be actionable, it should be reachable, and it should be time bound. So following the SMART acronym would ensure that you are heading towards that definite goal, that it should ensure that your purpose is defined, is specifically defined, achievable, and which would enable you to have the discipline to follow that specific goal that you set. Now, we've talked about the three outlines. To the two bonus outlines I said I'm going to talk about as an extra in order to boost financial capacity. Now, having said all this, right from lack of discipline to lack of structure and now to purposelessness. Now, all this I said in a sequential manner, which means you can follow this sequentially, right from the bottom to the top or from the top to the bottom, any way you want. So you can first set your purpose. Once you set your purpose, that's the final goal that you want to achieve, which should keep growing with every achievement you hit. So once you hit your purpose, you should expand it, you should take it to the next level, you should level it up. And once you set your purpose, you set a structure in order to achieve that purpose. Having a structure would visualize a path in which you would follow to achieve the purpose that you set. And once you've done this too, then you discipline yourself to go in the path of that purpose, and which should enable you to achieve that goal more efficiently. Now that you understand all this, let me move to the two bonus outlines